What's up, guys? Another Resto video today. What I wanted to do today was go through the talents. We just found out this morning that Miss of Pandaria is going to be coming out on September 25th. So what does that mean? That means we have 2 months from today. Just two. From today to get this game. So what that means to me is that means that the talents are pretty much set. Unless some huge bug comes out or some huge hack comes out where if you do this, or stack this, it becomes extremely overpowered. I don't see these talents changing. So what I'm going to do is as soon as I quit getting disconnected from the server, I am going to log in, and I just created a brand new druid just to go through the talents and kind of discuss what's going to be good for rating and what isn't. Super excited though for Miss, guys. 2 months left. So if you don't have the beta, now you can get on the PTR and play Miss for free as well. So make sure you go do that. Get ready for Miss. Again, you got 2 months, guys. That's it. So pick your class, pick what you're going to be raiding with. If you're going to be resto, and check out the rest of my videos. Again, make sure you like and subscribe so I can keep doing this. And let's start with the videos. So the first thing that we have with talents is we have feline swiftness, which increases your movement speed by 15%. It's passive, so you always are moving 15% faster. This is what I'm using right now, but your other two options are teleports the druid up to 20 yards forward and activates cat form and prowl. So this is pretty much like a blink with an invis. If you're a mage, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I can see this being okay in raids. This, I would imagine, would be more of an aggro dropper than anything else. I don't really foresee it being that great in raids. And then you have wild charge, which grants an ability, and if you're not in a shape shifted form, you fly to an ally's position, almost like an intervene. Now it does not say that there is a yardage on this, so I can see certain fights where movement and pairing effects, if you get way too far away from the tank, I can see this being so nice to have. Or if you are out of range of somebody to heal and they're almost dead and there's no one around, you quick throw this out and throw a quick spell on them and you're good to go. I can see this definitely being good. However, a permanent 15% movement speed buff, I'll take that every day. Second line of talents, we have nature's swiftness. When activated, your next cyclone, whatever. Pretty much what it does is it's another oh crap button. So if the tank gets really low or somebody gets really low, you pop this, throw a healing touch on them, and it's an instant cast healing touch. That's the spell you're going to want to use as a Resto Druid. If you're using regrowth with your healing or with your nature swiftness, you're doing it wrong. Healing touch is the way to go. It's going to heal harder. It's going to be a meteor heal, and you don't have to worry about the cast time. It's instant. That's what you're going to want to use with that. Renewal instantly heals the druid for 30% of maximum health. Or Cenarian Ward. This is what I use. Protects a friendly target, causing any damage taken to heal the target for 5,600 every 2 seconds for 6 seconds. Gaining the healing effect consumes a Cenarian Ward, usable in all shapeshifted forms. Lasts 30 seconds. This is awesome. This is really a cool talent. I think it's going to be essential for 10-man raiding. For any Resto Druid to have this, especially if you're with another throughput healer. Again, if you have like a Disc Priest or you know, that's really the only one I can think of that you wouldn't need to take this. But again, with your other options, what are you really going to take? That becomes the problem, is do I take these other ones or do I not? So that's where you're going to run into problems there. Again, as soon as I'm DCing a lot today, guys, and I don't like it. And again, I just switched over, so let me open this again. So we got Feline Swiftness, Cenarian's Ward. That's going to be your best there. Third line, Fairy Swarm. No, we're not going to use that. Mass Entanglement. Roots your target in place for 20 seconds and spreads to additional nearby enemies. Affects 5 total targets. Damage caused may interrupt. That's cool. And then Typhoon, obviously, if you've been playing a druid, that's just your knockback, frontal cone knockback. I tend to think that Typhoon will be a little bit better just because, again, you know, you're not going to be the one who's asked to CC a lot in a raid. There's so many other classes with so many other cool CC abilities, especially in Mist, that it should not be the healer's job. Typhoon is going to be a little bit nicer. That way, if everything's attacking you, you can get it away from you. You can also kind of move everything back. And then after you Typhoon, I a lot of times, well, we'll go into that down a little later, but I would say Typhoon for now, with Mass Entanglement coming in second place. In the 60 row of talents, you have Soul of the Forest. Grants you a different benefit based on your specialization. So for Resto, you gain 50% haste for your next spell when you cast Swiftmen. So after you cast a Swiftmen, your next spell is 50% faster. Okay. I'm over it. I can see that could be good for PvP, because if you're casting Swiftmen, it's probably because their health is low. So then having that 50% haste, so if you can stack a Swiftman with a healing touch very quickly, that's a lot of healing very, very fast. I can see that being good for PvP. PvE, again, unless your tank's really, really low, that would be the only time I can see you using that. The problem is you also have Incarnation, which gives you Tree of Life Form. And this is what people are going to want to use. Healing done is increased by 15%, and increases armor by 120%, and enhances all your spells. You can Life Bloom everybody. Your regrowth is free. Your wild growth hits more people. This is so overpowered compared to Soul of the Forest. And same thing. And then you also have Force of Nature, which is the Tree Ants. The Tree Ants will come out and heal. Again, in a raiding environment, I can see that being good in 25-man. Say for like, you know, pop that and then pop your Trank if you've got a ton of damage. You know, pop both those cooldowns together. Tons and tons of throughput. I can see that being nice. But Incarnation is a second cooldown besides your Tranquility that allows you to just be disgustingly good. That is what every 10-man, at least in my opinion, Resto Druid should be using. If we move on to the next role, again, another CC row. Disorienting Roar. Disorienting all enemies within 10 yards for 3 seconds. Any damage caused will remove the effect. And we DC'd again. And this is why I hate betas. But that's okay. Because you want to know why? In 2 months, we get to play this game. And I'm so excited, guys. If you're not excited for Mist of Pandaria, oh, you really don't get excited for anything. There's so much cool stuff. And I'm going to make another video about that too. But again, check this out. For these talents, I don't want to get too ahead of myself. Sorry, I'm just really excited this morning, guys. It's an awesome, awesome day for World of Warcraft players. Ursul's Vortex. Conjures a vortex of wind. Destination location that reduces movement speed of all enemies at 8 yards by 50%. First time an enemy attempts to leave the vortex winds will pull that enemy back to its center. This is awesome for dungeon running and for a large AoE of ad packs. Again, if I use the term Death Ball, it's a Preach gaming term. Again, if you don't know who Preach is, check him out on YouTube. But what you want to do is you want to make sure that your tank has the aggro, right? Because you don't want them coming after you or your DPS, because then it makes your life as a healer harder. So if you can make something that balls all the enemies up together, and then as soon as someone tries to escape, it pulls them back in, that's amazing. Because it doesn't generate threat. It just simply pulls them all together, so your tank can drop his D&D, drop his Consecrate, you know, can do all his shouts, anything else he wants to do, and be good, and don't have to worry about aggro. This is amazing, amazing, amazing to help out your tanks. And again, the target's done for 5 seconds, which is okay, but again, I really think that Raiders will be taking this. And then finally, the level 90 talents. Heart of the Wild for non-balance. See, what it does is you can, like, it increases stamina, agility, and int by 6% at all times. Yeah, I said it. 6% all times. Wow. That's a lot of int, guys. 6% of your int. And again, I don't know if that stacks with your armor, but that's, you know what I mean, like with your gear, but that's so nice to have. When activated, dramatically improves the druid's ability to perform rolls outside of their normal spec for 45 seconds. So if you're not a bear, while in bear form, all of your stuff is increased. So you can pretty much tank. You can become a tank. You can become a backup tank. You can become you know, you can really become whatever other spec you want for 45 seconds. I can see that being really, really nice as a raid saver, especially because they're changing to the 4 specs for the druids. If you remember in Kata, what you could do was if somebody screwed up, you always had like a kitty druid, they could quick switch bear form, tank the boss until you could B-res the other tank and get him back up, and then you just go back kitty form, and it was like you never did anything. I don't obviously think this will be that good, but it could be. And that's going to be the big thing is, you know, how good is that going to be? Again, that will need to be tested to see if that's going to work. But the 6% int's not bad either. So let's, again, take a look at that. Okay, so we get 6% int plus those abilities. Dream of Cenarius. Wrath, Starfire, Star Surge, and melee abilities. Increase healing done by your next healing spell by 30%. Trank is not effective. Non-instant casts of Nourish, Healing Touch, and Regrowth increase the damage. So pretty much your heals increase your damage, and your damage increases your heals. I'm over it. Enough said. Nature's Vigil increases all damage and healing done by 20% for 30 seconds. While active, all single target healing spells also damage a nearby enemy for 25% of the healing done, and all single target damage spells and abilities also heal a nearby friendly target for 25% of the damage done. Between Nature's Vigil and Heart of the Wild, it's going to be very interesting. Again, this is a 6-minute cooldown. Nature's Vigil is a 3-minute cooldown. Increase the healing by 20%. Incarnation. Increase the healing by 15%. 3-minute cooldown. 3-minute cooldown. Ah! Are you kidding? So this means that you have Trank on a 3-minute cooldown. You have Nature's Vigil on a 3-minute cooldown. You have Incarnation on a 3-minute cooldown. Game over. Game over. Game over. That's it. Resto Druids win. You want to know why? Because that's stupid. That means every minute you can pop something. Every single minute. 1 minute, okay, I've got 20% healing for 30 seconds. 30 seconds later, I'm popping Incarnation for 30 seconds. And then 30 seconds later, I can pop Trank and blow, and I always have Trank as a kind of a oh crap thing going on later. Or I can pop them together and do 35% more heals with instant heals, and I'm doing damage. Oh. 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 Whoa. Guys, this is going to be awesome. You know, just sitting down and going through these talents. If you're not excited about Resto Druids, if you don't think that we're going to top the meters, look out, because we are coming, and you aren't coming close. You just aren't coming close. Once we get those level 90 talents, it's over. You cannot touch the throughput of a Resto Druid. I don't care about monks. I don't care about holy priests. I don't care about holy paladins. I don't care about you pressing holy radiance and doing 70% of the overall heals. Get out of here. We're going to blow everybody out. We've got mushrooms. They've increased our life bloom now to 15 seconds. Thank you, Blizzard, for answering that prayer. We don't have to sit there and worry about casting a spell in the tank or renewing our life bloom every other spell, it seemed like. This is going to be so much fun, guys. We are going to blow everybody out. I can't wait to post videos at level 90 in heroics, challenge modes, in raids, just killing it. So